Hey everybody, this is Hybrid Havoc, and I'm here with Luch.
Say
Hey, hello.
How you doing, guys?
And we're going to be playing Space Marine, Warhammer Space Marine, that is. And the reason I'm bringing Luch along is he is a Warhammer expert. He knows everything there is to know about this universe.
Well, a lot of my information pertains to the Calixis sector, but everybody and their mother that plays the game knows about Boy Blue and his merry band of Smurfs. So...
This is what I'm talking about. This is going to be the most educational Space Marines playthrough I probably could have, because I have an expert on Warhammer who I like the lore about the game, but I've never actually played it.
Y'all are going to learn some lessons about heresy.
Heresy. Yes, I know that heresy is bad. So we're just going to do a really quick playthrough of this, the first episode. And if you guys like this quick playthrough and you like Luch teaching us about Warhammer, definitely let us know in the comments and leave a like on the video so that we know to continue to do stuff like this. How's that sound, buddy?
Sounds good to me.
All right, we're going to get started in this, and we're going to just do a new campaign.
Start from the beginning?
I'm kind of going to do a normal campaign. I know that's not Space Marine, but...
Well, do you want the long version or the short version of that answer?
I want you to tell me about this There Is Only War.
Okay. In the grim darkness of the 41st millennium, there is only war. In every single book, with the exception of the Horus Heresy line of 40K books, which is supposed to be before everything goes tits up. There's this line at the beginning. Let me check to see if I remember it. It's like for 10,000 years, the God Emperor of mankind has sat upon the golden throne.
Yeah, I've seen images of the Golden Emperor, and he looks like a pretty bad
You've
dude.
seen him when he's been alive.
Yeah. You mean... Oh, so what's this thing right there? The special value absolute. What is that thing that we just saw?
The special Oh, okay. So that was the response of like the Order. It's essentially the response of not quite the AI, because it's a lot like Dune, where they make no machines in the likeness of the human mind, but they will take human minds and they will put them in machines.
So it looks like loss of strategic assets. Not good.
The planet Garia is a planet designed mostly famous for its war titans. Think Ava-sized battle mechas, piloted by like a whole team of people with like weapons that can like blot out entire like city blocks.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. The other thing that's interesting is that they don't actually really know how these things work. Like, technology has been in a decline since since the dark age of technology passed, when like AI ran rampant and tried to kill everybody. So now machinery is worshipped by this religion that started on Mars called the Adeptus Mechanicus, the tech priests.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
This is just so much information about this game that I couldn't argue. I have no idea what you're telling me, but it sounds awesome.
Oh, tech priests are crazy. Their big thing is the flesh is weak.
Yeah. All right, so what's going on in the game right now? We're sending in some aircraft to go take out this town, right?
Yeah, specifically, well, you're trying to retake the Titan Manufactorum from Orcs. Orcs are, by definition, they are gestalt, psychic, genetically engineered mass murderers. Like, they are literally, they're literally made to just work to fight and fight and fight and fight and nothing but fight. They're also spores, by the way. You're fighting an army of fungus.
Yeah, I did read that. So let's get back to this. What's going on right now?
Okay.
So pretty much we're in trouble. The ship's about to go crazy. We'll probably have to do something crazy, right?
Well, the codexes starting to say you should probably have been dropped by a drop pod, but this is why everybody and their mother likes Captain Titus, because he's the only Ultramarine that thinks and inks on his feet. Everybody and their mother, when they're joining the Ultramarines chapter of Space Marines, they have this single-minded focus on what their primarch, the guy who they were all fathered from, pinned. He pinned this sort of Art of War-esque book known as the Codex Astartes, and made it a point that every Space Marine chapter is supposed to actually follow. Now, there are a couple of chapters that don't, like the Space Wolves and the Black Templars, and the Angry Marines, but the Ultramarines, the guys you currently play as, they follow it with religious fanaticism, and to them it's almost heretical if you go or if you think outside of it.
So he's kind of doing some heresy right now, right? Is this heresy?
Not necessarily.
Okay, all right.
Captain Titus is being a Space Marine. He's being a good Space Marine captain.
So all these ships that are like flying around, those are drop pods or carry-alls?
Those are probably Imperial Guard fleets.
Alright.
The Space Marines themselves number at about 1 million, and like you can only have, they only number, like each captain usually has like a company of 100. So they can't be all over the galaxy at once.
Yeah.
But the Imperial Guard, like the regular Imperial Army, which consists of people with essentially nothing but flashlights.
I'm getting covered in black. I'm listening to you as I'm slaughtering. I gotta learn these controls a little bit better, actually. I think they've
gotta learn how to knife fools.
Yeah. I think the controls did change since I've in my little playthrough. Now, what do I do here? How do I assassinate this?
You gotta finish him off. Just turn him into chum. You've got the sidearm Captain Titus is currently carrying is a bolt pistol. That's the standard issue sidearm of the Space Marine.
Yeah.
And nothing says sidearm like a semi-automatic armor-piercing rocket launcher that has been blessed 3 times.
Now, I thought it was like a nail gun. I thought these guys use nail guns.
The Astartes bolt gun is a 1 caliber armor-piercing shell that explodes once it pierces whatever it hits. So, in a sense, you're not wrong. It definitely bores into the person, and then it just releases its fletchets on the inside of it. And they have made so many different kinds of bolt shells, it's almost frightening. Everything about the Imperium is that if it can't kill somebody with it, it's not worth their time.
Oh, yeah.
And if you can't kill yourself with it, then it's not worth looking over.
It's also fun to, like, just blow up orcs.
Oh god, yes, of course. It's like the Imperium's favorite pastime. But back to the Imperial Guard, the fleet you probably saw in shreds was probably the Imperial Guard, which are just normal people, like, but they live and they die in billions all across the galaxy. Captain Titus...
No, what's that? Is that a bigger orc?
That's the Orc boss.
Oh, yeah.
Orcs are known, they follow, like I told you, they're a gestalt entity, and the big thing about them is that, they follow the biggest and the strongest. And the thing about that is the more an orc fights and kills other orcs, and the more other orcs think that orc is the biggest and strongest, the bigger and stronger that orc gets. A lot of orc technology works entirely based off the idea that somebody just said it was that thing. Like, there was nobody that built that orc rocket ship. It was just an orc cobbled together a bunch of junk and said, this is a rocket ship, and convinced enough orcs that it was, and then it became that.
Now, how does that actually work? I mean, come on. Oh, I got a kick there.
Yep. Orcs, every orc is innately psychic.
Press F and F to stun, and then E to execute. Okay, so E is the execute button, which I need to figure out before I die here. There we go. There we go. Got some life back. Combat roll. Alright. Still learning the game a little bit, so hold up with me.
Take your time. The way orcs work is they're all innately psychic. They have this gestalt psychic energy about them, just called the WAG! That's literally spelled WAAAGH exclamation.
What? What? You're saying all kinds of crazy stuff. Really quick.
Okay. All you need to know, the short version, is that every one of them is potentially a psychic on par with, like, Professor X. They just don't know it.
Oh. So I'm just going to take this gun and point it at another ship and blow it up.
Not Codex related, but that's why we love Titus.
He's kind of like a Captain Kirk of the Space Marines.
Yeah, he really is. That's an excellent way to put it, and that's kind of why... Think of, like, the Ultramarines if they all sort of were trained by Spock.
And he's a Kirk.
Yeah, it's like, you're interfering with the Prime Directive, Captain. He's like, yeah, whatever. Like, I'll do what I want. I'm Captain, I do what I want.
Yeah, definitely. So, I've played through this game a little bit. I need to definitely work on it. I've been playing a lot of Warframe, which we were talking about before we started playing. And that's what's... I really need to get back into these controls before I play it a little bit more. I like this game. Now, did it do okay when it came out, or was it not well received?
It got like 7s across the review boards.
Uh-huh.
People liked that you felt like a Space Marine. Like, there are like two different kinds of Space Marines. There's the Space Marines on the tabletop game, where like
come in. Damned Orcs.
It's very balanced out.
What he's saying.
Space Marines are just slightly tougher than regular mooks.
I'm picking up
and then there are the book Space Marines, where like one Space Marine does exactly what Titus is doing, which is run around and kill like 1,000 orcs by himself with a knife and a pistol.
Wow.
And in the books, that's a lot more how the Space Marines are. In the Death Watch RPG, it's a little closer to that.
Yeah. Now you've actually played the tabletop game of this, right?
A little bit, yeah.
See, I've seen some people play that, and it looks so intense. And I've played tabletop games. Mm-hmm. Well, I played card games, which are nothing to these things. I know. But come here, guys.
It depends on which version of the game you're playing, but it can be a very complicated and hard and long fought game.
Yeah. Oh, hello. Let's see if I can exit.
Classy.
So, here's our first upgrade, it looks like.
The dependable bolt gun.
The Emperor be with you, Space Marine.
You guys,
Praise the Emperor.
Praise the Emperor.
Praise the Emperor.
Hail the Emperor.
Alright, so this gun actually runs out of ammo.
Yeah. But it's now an automatic rocket launcher. Armor-piercing rocket launcher. Funny thing.
It has a zoom, doesn't it?
No, the stalker pattern bolt gun does.
That's right.
That is actually a fan favorite of a part of the Space Wolves chapter of Space Marines. Their scouts usually deploy it. But the Ultramarines have been known to use it too in their scout companies.
Yeah, you get it in this game eventually.
Yep. Along with the Spotlight, the heavy las cannon. Which, to talk about how beef Titus is, it takes 2 people to carry that thing around, and they have to mount it too on a pod before they can fire it.
You mean like normal people, not Space Marines?
Yeah, normal people.
Destroy them!
Now, these guys have been genetically...
Oh my god, yes. Think of a cross between Captain America, Wolverine, and Master Chief, and that's the closest you get to what an Astartes Space Marine is.
And dressed like Judge Dredd.
Yeah. Actually, no, they do not. They have a police force in the 41st Millennium that dresses up like Judge Dredd. They are called the Adeptus Arbitus, and they do exactly what Judge Dredd does.
Give me 1 second. I'm getting a little hit here.
Okay.
Just to make sure I can see what... Oh, I'm gonna get some cover here.
They're also really big fans of robot dogs called Cyber Mastiffs.
Yeah, similar to... Oh, you'll love this. Oh, sheesh. I'm trying to think of the Fahrenheit 451s. You know how they had the... Oh, man, I'm taking some damage.
Bradbury in a podcast. Neat.
Oh, that's back. So has Captain Titus been in any other games?
No. And it's theoretical he might. Like when THQ when Relic and stuff like that, when it all went under,
Okay.
a lot of their licenses are being divvied up, essentially being picked apart by vultures.
Really? Yeah.
But
vultures. Which isn't that a aircraft in this world as well?
Vulture? Valkyrie is.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, that's what the Imperial Guard uses.
Are you wounded?
Thunderhawks are
Are you mentally stable? Is what he's asking him.
Codex Astartes warns against using jump packs.
Me or
into enemy fire, and for good reason.
So is this guy
Your
preaching
days
to him
as
right
a
now?
novice are behind you.
oh,
To
Leandros,
interpret the codex so narrowly.
that motherfucker.
Whoa.
For guidance.
We all do.
I've got some choice words about him, but he represents a lot of what I don't particularly like about the Ultramarines.
Oh, yeah? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds
And he's just kind of like you're just gonna love him.
good. Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited to become bigger friends.
I think I spent 10 minutes trying to kill him once with my thunder hammer. Like, he just wouldn't shut up, and I couldn't kill him. I couldn't try and kill him enough.
Wow.
I think after about a minute, 10 minutes, I figured out that this was useless.
Loke,
But I gave.
everybody, if you think Havoc is bad, Loke is definitely, he's a little crazy when it comes to Space Marines.
Sanity is the price you pay for knowledge.
Heresy! Heresy!
Siege loves you too.
Sedona's picked up local Imperial Guard communications. They
Um,
survived under the shadow of that gun. I want to know how.
But where was I?
Do you know who's here? Kablooey's on Twitch with us right now. I don't know if you know. He's one of our game researchers here. He's making fun of me for catching the cocktail in my face.
That is how Manus Caligar, the chapter master of the Ultramarines, solves everything. He sees an oncoming volley, decides whether or not he should dodge it, and then realizes he should have made that decision before the guns came out.
Wow,
That's also why he doesn't have arms.
Oh, yeah? Is that like something that happens in this game?
Oh my god, not in this game, no, but Caligar himself, he got both of his arms and I think his legs taken off by
Ripping.
the Tyranids when they first shown up. Oh yeah, another thing about the Codex Astartes. There wasn't anything written about how to deal with Tyranids in there, so when they showed up, pretty much
Oh, executed. Yes.
Ooh.
I got one.
You
Nice.
did it.
It's a life. I'm gonna switch
The shoulder charge thing, by the way, is a good thing to knock a good number of people out, so you can get some more health.
Oh, let's chill out the story for a second.
Rise, guardsmen.
These are
You
normal
saved
people.
yourselves.
Mm-hmm.
We thought you
Those are Imperial Guard.
My lord.
Nice.
If not for the lieutenant.
Now, is that a sniper
Where will
rifle
we
or
find
just a
this
standard
lieutenant?
weapon that
At the
Imperial
front
Guard has right
lines.
there?
That
Follow
is the las
trench
gun.
network to the
It
lieutenant's
is
command
the
bunker.
Carry on, guardsmen.
one of the weakest weapons in the 41st millennium, but it's also one of the most dependable. It has the same stopping power as an M16, but it's a really tough build, and you can recharge that thing anywhere.
Oh, so it's like a plasma gun? It recharges?
You can throw the battery pack in fire, and the heat from that will recharge the battery pack. It might be a little unstable, but it'll still work.
Wow, really? That's pretty neat to know.
It made the las gun to be a mass-produced weapon for the Imperial Guard, which dies and gets recruited in the trillions.
Yeah, we can't tell that they die a lot.
Oh my god, yes.
But they're
they
dealing
do.
with the orcs, which are the size of humans. You kind of get the Master Chief feeling with these Space Marines because they're so tall when you play as them, but...
Oh my god. Well, on top of that, they're
I'm in position
viewed
at a broken
by the
monument near
Imperium
the
as the
guard lines.
Angels of Death.
Yeah. Well, where I was going with that is an elite in Halo is 7.5 feet tall, or maybe 9 feet tall. The Master Chief's 7, and they're when you're a human and you go up against an elite, it feels like you're fighting, something that's 9 feet tall and running around and killing you? I mean, that's pretty intense.
The best part is before they're even shipped off, they get this book called the Imperial Infantryman's Uplifting Primer.
Yeah.
And, like, it's just an entire book about Imperial propaganda. It's like, orcs are not really that strong. Their massive bulk is mostly just fungal tissue. You can rip it apart with your bare hands if you get close enough.
Yeah. So marketing plays a big, important role in the
Imperial Guard.
Yeah.
My God, yes. Particularly Caiaphas Cain, hero of the Imperium.
Wow, you were dropping you were dropping so many knowledge bombs right now and names. It's amazing.
Caiaphas Cain, it's a series of books I recommend to everybody that wants to read about 40K. It's about a commissar in the Imperial Guard. And the commissar, their job is to execute traitors, cowards, criminals, and just anybody who is not doing their duty to the God Emperor. And Cain himself is a coward. He regularly gambles and, like, drinks heavily and does everything you're not supposed to do in the Imperial Guard. And his job is supposed to execute people and stuff.
Yeah, just like I just did to that orc.
Yeah, he's supposed to do that. Except he sort of does. It's hard to say, but his big thing is whenever a fight breaks out, he runs away. But because he's usually the only survivor, he comes back looking like a badass. So the Imperial propaganda machine just has posted that he's this amazing, legendary hero.
Yeah. I just took some serious damage there. I really need to learn that execution when I need to do it correctly.
Get the chainsword and it'll work out a little bit better for you.
I'm going to switch to a different gun. Alright. I really would like a zoom. Let's see if I can get this. Okay, that's what I need right there.
You can look over your shoulder.
Yes, give me the life. Give me your life, you fungus pieces. Okay. Oh, sorry, buddy. Friendly fire.
Speaking of which, fungus, the orcs actually have two gods.
Oh, yeah.
Gork and Mork.
Oh, fungus reminds you of gods. Okay.
Well, the orcs have gods. Gork and Mork. One is fighty but cunning, and the other one is cunning but fighty, and nobody can tell which is which.
It doesn't sound like orcs are very bright, though they're psychic.
Think of, like, every Cockney hooligan you have ever, seen in movies or something. And give them all innate psychic powers that they have absolutely no idea how to access.
So when these guys fight, they use that psychic power to kind of communicate with each other so they realize, oh, I see something. My Zelda tenses were going that there's something over here.
They're all genetically programmed to hate everything else in the galaxy. Oh. It's just that if there's nothing else to fight, they'll turn on each other.
Oh, really? So if you kind of led them down that path to kill themselves, they would do that.
Yeah, the problem is that when they die, they release all their spores. So in about a few years, they just grow back up and go back at it again. That's why a lot of the Imperial Guard carries around flamer units, people around with just giant packs of flamethrowers to go deal with these guys.
Ah, there you go. All right, I think we're gonna move ahead a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're probably gonna finish this introductory level.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hello, big bomb thing.
Oh.
Now, are those dogs? The explosive dog things? Are they fungus
as well? They're squigs. Like, there's two different subtypes of orc. There's the squig and the Gretchen. The Gretchen are the little guys with the knives that are running around. They're orcs that have just sort of sprouted out, is the best way I can describe them. And then, I'm not really sure what Gretchen are. They're just kind of there, and they really are just there to get bombs fitted to them and then punt it around.
Sounds like they got a bad, what am I stuck on? To get in there. Feeling like something's about to happen here. That's going to be a big deal. I need some light here. Alright, got my life. Back to line. Oh, gory. Still with us?
Yes, I am. I was waiting for an opportune moment.
Oh, yeah.
But, there's a bunch of different, like, ideas about orcs. Like, they're all kind of just stuck on their own beliefs and stuff. For example, you'll notice a lot of orc stuff is painted red.
Yeah.
The reason they do that is because they're all convinced that if you paint something red, it will move faster. If you paint something green, it'll be more orky. If you paint something purple, it'll be sneaky, which is why you've never seen a purple orc. Yeah,
really?
that's their idea. That's why they do that.
All right. I think we got something big coming.
You have a knob.
A nub.
Knob.
Throw a grenade at it.
Knob is essentially a really big orc.
Yeah. Oh my God. Just hit me. I'm gonna back off of this. Oh God. I don't think I'm ready for this.
Run, boy blue, run.
I'm gonna bring him out of here a little bit. Okay. Yes. Go for the kill. Go for it. Oh! Yeah. Good night. No, not good. Not good.
Gotta finish him off.
It's not a deal.
Put him down.
Oh my God, that got my heart beating.
Space Marines. We thought we were done for. Where is your commander, Guardsman?
Inside, but the door's sealed.
I believe they will let
Okay.
us through. Imperial Guard. We are
Well,
Ultramarines.
we made it.
Open this door.
Huzzah.
Except for these guys, but... All right, I think that's a good start. I think we're gonna end it here, and I think we're gonna come back to this if you guys like it. So let me pull up the end credit card and
On your way to go see Mira.
yeah, right. So that was our first playthrough of Space Marines, and I'd like to thank Locke for all his detailed information of this world. And that's something that we want to bring to Pixel Reboot. If you guys are interested in this, we'd like to do a few more of these games and maybe do some more Warhammer 40K. We have the tactical games as well. What are those called?
Dawn of War.
Yes, I have Dawn of War, which we could do too. But
Dealing with the Blood Ravens.
yeah, I need to know if you guys are interested. Leave a comment, subscribe, or like this video, and it will let us know if we can make more of these. And if you guys want to check out our other videos, we have Warframe and Borderlands links right there below, and definitely like to welcome you back to see your next videos. You got anything to say?
It was fun being here.
It was a great time having you here, man. And the knowledge that you know about this game is just amazing. It's almost, I have to watch this video again just to like hear all the stuff you were saying as I was running through orcs and destroying them. You're like,
This is what I learned instead of calculus.
I would probably have learned that instead of calculus too, but it was a pretty fun game. All right, well, it was nice hanging out with you, and I guess I'll see everybody later. And let us know if you want to see more of Warhammer 40K Space Marines. Bye, everybody.
Adios.